Alright guys, today we're going to get into the Tight Lines tackle box. It's a new month. We are in March now, so the companies are sending out their March boxes, and we got our first one in, which is the Tight Lines tackle box. So we'll get right into it. They always have a sticker. This one's pretty cool. Kind of like that. I'll stick that on the little solar inverter that I mentioned that I was working on. I'm going to put some stickers on the outside of it from all the different companies that send me stuff that I get stickers from. They always send out a little write-up that tells you, my goodness, tells you about what's in the box. So it says here, as water's warm, fish get aggressive. Use these 4 lures to maximize your success. Topwater lures, and they got 2 of these in here that are topwater, and 2 that are that are deep water lures. So the first one is a Party Popper Fire Tiger. So that's going to be this one right here. See that? I'm going to take it out of the package and we'll get a better look at it. You can really see those colors there, and the mouth that has the openings in it, if you could see that, and then along the top. So as it's going through the water and it's hitting right there, it's going to be splashing that water out as it's also making that popping sound. So if you're not familiar, that's why they call these poppers. It'll sit on the top of the water, and as you jerk it through, it makes that popping sound. And it says here, the best time is early morning and late afternoon. It says how to fish, pop and pause, retrieve, mimic struggling bait fish. So again, as it pops through the water, and then you let it kind of sit there, and then you'll take and you'll pop it again, and it's making all that racket. And you can hear that. It's got a little extra sound in there as well from a little rattle that's in there. So that's bait number 1 from these guys. The next one is Zip Zap Whopper Plopper. All right. So you see that there. I think I know where they're getting the Zip Zap name from. Let's get this one out of the package. See there, it's got real fat belly to it, and then it's got that little propeller in the back. And again, as it's going across the water, it's going to be spinning that propeller in the water, making all kinds of racket. And these here, best time, warm afternoon. Steady retrieve for plop action. That's another good thing about these. So you toss this out there, and all you've got to do is just a nice steady retrieve, bring it back, and that little spinner is constantly spinning it and making the noise. And the coloring on that little guy isn't bad. Yeah, it's got the standard red, but then it's got the white belly, that kind of brownish gold top with the black striping on it. Not a bad looking lure. So now these are the deep water lures. This one is what they call the soul sucker. Wow. All right. So I've seen this style lure from a few different people out there. So you've got your eyelet right there, and then right here in the top is where that hook resides. I've got, and then it's got the paddle tail. I've got something similar to this. I got out of a mystery box. You can kind of see it's got the kind of red and white on the belly and black and gold. But I've got one that looks like a brim that I got out of, I think it was a mystery tackle box. So these are definitely these little soft bellied baits with these hooks that are already inserted in them, hidden away. That's definitely something that I've seen some other people doing. I don't know exactly what they're shooting for here for the what they're mimicking, but see what it says. Best time cold fronts are mid depth 6 to 15 feet. So, and it says how to fish: lift and drop on a jig head to mimic dying bait fish. So you'll bring this thing up and then let it fall, and then just do that up and down motion, and you can see that paddle tail. It's got a lot of action to it. It'll move around real freely. And the last one they got here is the critter kit, soft critter baits. You can see there's a handful of those in there. Just gonna dump these out. And it comes with 2 jig heads in there and small, soft crawfish like baits. Make that out. So definitely something good to run this time of the year. Go out there and throw. These weights aren't super heavy, so you could put this on a pretty light action rod and really have some fun with some small panfish or crappie. So it says here, best time to use these little critter baits is when bass stay near the bottom. How to fish slow drag on a light jig head, 1/8 to 1/4 ounce. So, and that's what they sent us here. Just a real light jig head. And I was saying, some panfish or crappie, they're suggesting these for bass, and of course they would for sure go after that. But I'm thinking even some of your smaller species panfish would probably go pretty nuts over that too. And on the last box, I don't know if it was last month or the month before. I'll have to go back and look. But they sent some small panfish soft baits also. And it says here that I'm going to submit the review, my video that I put out on YouTube. I always send it over to their tester group. And if you go over to Facebook, you can go and you can check out their tester group. Definitely give them a look. They like to hear from everybody, and they're trying to build up a decent little community of people that are talking about fishing and talking about different baits that they're using, what they're getting success out of, what they're not getting as much success out of. finding out what's not working is, I would say, as important as finding out what is working, because you can go out there and throw the wrong bait over and over and over again and just get frustrated and have a bad day. Or you can go spend a couple of minutes online with these guys, go to these different sites that's what they do. They sit there and they talk about fishing and different baits and stuff like that, and you can find out what's hitting, what's working, what's going to give you a better time out there on the water, because you don't necessarily have to sit there and bring in fish every single cast to have a good time. Just being out on the water is a lot of fun, but it sure doesn't hurt when you're tossing these lures out there and you're getting that reaction, that splash of that fish going after it. It really it adds some excitement. Um, you take a younger person out there and get them on their first decent sized fish or their first bass, having a good time out on the water, and they're hooked for life. You know, so that's why it's good. Get over there and talk with some of these guys in different groups. Definitely give these guys a look over at Tight Lines Tackle. And something they did not mention in the write up here, so I guess they sent me a little something extra. I've got this mossy oak. That's just a nice little bait knife to have. You seen in the video where I did the Plano tackle box that I just got in from those guys. I carry just a little knife in there. You never know when you run up on somebody else's garbage out in the water that get you fouled up, or bad cast, and you put a big old bird's nest in your bait caster, whatever it may be. Having a decent little knife just to go get your hands on to even cut bait is never a bad thing. So I appreciate those guys sending me this out. Um, I definitely have got other stuff coming in. Aftco has got a hold to me, and I've got a nice little package from them coming in to do a review on. Definitely got the Monster Bass box that's going to be in. More news about Monster Bass too, and then of course we've got our molds coming in for doing our jig heads and stuff. I've got a few stores. If you watched the video where I was painting up the jig heads with the first little batch that I got in, I've got stores ready for those to go in, and so we're going to start getting those out on the market, hopefully, and having a good time. Get some video, get some content of putting those together. So, as always, I hope y'all enjoyed checking out what Tightlines Tackle Box has out there for you guys. Go check them out on Facebook. I'm going to put the link in the video description. And if you go over to the channel description, you can find the affiliates for the channel. Check them out. Go over there. You might find something that you really want, that you didn't know that you needed. And catch us next time.